Hey,
Yeah.
Pilsky, can you please enlighten me? Because I got asked the other day, why is bedroom called bedroom? And I was stumped. I was like, can't remember. I've called it that for many, many moons.
Actually, I never called it bedroom. I used to call it long heart.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
I don't know. This is a question for someone like Ian, probably. He would know.
True.
He knows things. He's an old man.
Historian.
Oh,
Well,
there you go. The
well-
dog strikes again.
That's it. World Peace making history. First dog to fire a CZ and draw first blood on D2.
If you think about it, the CZ is perfect for him because he doesn't really have the dexterity to go for the tap-tap with the USP. So just pour on the mouse one and
Spray and pray.
spray him down.
In his tarsals and mini metatarsals and other bones.
Toe beans.
Toe beans.
4 on 5 for Invictus. Going to go back for the USP after all, now that he's out of ammo, and Tamir punishes the uppers peak from Bottle, who was trying to make something happen. In the meanwhile, something is happening. They're straight out mid to B.
And if Invictus do get into B and get this kill onto Tamir, it'll be huge because that's going to be the B side as well taken. Big picks for Invictus and turn it back to the 3-on-3. Solid positions already, as that bomb's going to be planted quite open. Destroyer in a rough position to try to fight from smoke fading, and he's not going to be able to get away scot-free.
Yeah, World Peace just going through that smoke in mid, though, gives D13 one less player to work with than they might have had at this point. It's 2-on-3. It's not unwinnable for D13, nor for Invictus. At least the HP advantage is there for D13. That much is true, but shots are good. Ringing through from flying. Headshot already, but needs the help from Beaver and won't get it. Double headshot for Shinobi. And D13 win the pistol in the end. No, they don't. They don't have a defuse kit, so never mind. Invictus claw it away. By the skin of their teeth.
And let me tell you, there's not much skin on teeth. I know this because I've got some.
Skin on your teeth? That's a bit weird.
I've got some teeth.
They got skin on them?
Don't think so.
Have a look.
Not unless I'm eating chicken.
Hold on, Mac. Let me get in there. Ah.
Oh my god, what are you guys doing?
Huh?
Got the scout. Oh, that is ballsy.
What?
Just run up mid and shot him like that. Come on, man.
Okay. Has to get a bit of confidence shining through, and it is going to be a nice little crossfire on the
Bottle!
entrance of
What's he
Upper
doing?
Dark. Exactly. Great question. I think he was trying to turn the tides and take the round into his hands, but it does not work out.
It's good to see some fire in the belly of D13. At least challenging Invictus in this round, and hopefully that continues throughout the rest of the map. Flying's trying to salvage it with the AK, tapping away onto a bomb site. Won't have much luck there, and pops himself down a smoke. Now it's Xiao's turn. He will walk up long, and Annihilation really just caught off guard. No idea that he was coming from that position. Turn our attention to Shinobi, who's good for one, but the MAC-10 doesn't do much. Xiao is bringing a bit of that nuke form back.
Yep, smokes on the cross, allow them to get across. And Aztec is probably a bit cross about that.
Well,
he goes back towards long.
He did kick off the festivities. Let's see if he can end them as well. Coming in from long with this weapon is probably the best case scenario, and he's going to find a nice headshot on the Zhao. Now he just needs to find the final one onto Destroyer, who's waiting with an AK crossing over to short, or at least jiggling, trying to find the info. Secondary, not quite strong enough as Destroyer hits back. But again, D13 just made that cost so much for Invictus.
They did. I could just go again. That is ballsy as hell, man. He just forward strafe, hit that S key and just headshotted him. He was so sure that that was going to work. Oh, sharp with the scout, this man. But they do not go again. Instead, they choose to save. A couple of Deagles invested in. Try to get a little bit more damage done. Keep things expensive for Invictus.
Normal flying. Knows to me is controlling Upper Dark. Invest that nade as Hastic are going to be spammed down and finished. As Bottle has made his way all the way through long. Got that picket car and Now Flying retakes up a dark. It seems like all the parts of the puzzle are starting to come together for Invictus. As World Peace is fully committed to the Zeus at mid doors.
Like that Flying is being given time to run back to doors to retrieve that AK. That was lost, so they're only going to use the lose the UMP at this point, unless they drop another AK at some point. But I think World Peace has been spotted.
Try to close the distance and hope that he could find someone running through that smoke, which almost happened. But Flying went for the spam approach instead, and Invictus, again, another clean start to the map. So all three have gone in this favor. Let's see if they can make it 5, 6, maybe, before D13 get in to the equation. But for now, they're going to try and do it, because Annihilation does have that AWP in play. Org in the hands of World Peace and 3 M4s. Good util as well. Oh, nice little boost over the top of mid doors to try and get that pick into T-spawn, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, no one's peeking that top right side. It's just Fever shouldering to see the lower dark push, which was not happening. So now Invictus running a default, making their way through middle. Need to be able to flash and smoke the correct angles to make sure they're not picked by Annihilation. This man is dangerous with the AWP. We are playing more heavily towards mid to B here, D13. Gonna opt to retake that A bomb site and just play towards the edges of the map. But now Annihilation actually starting to walk over towards car side. I'm not sure he's got utility to be able to delay unless he drops that smoke on the short choke point and repositions in towards car. But he's been allowed to get back towards car here. Lots of util here for Invictus. Keen to see what kind of execute they're going to be throwing for themselves.
Just the one smoke so far. But as you say, plenty more in the back pocket. Here's another one down into CT. Looked like a particularly great smoke, that second one.
Oh, nice little pop flash as well. Tamir can't quite draw enough attention, and he'll make it a 1-for-1 as Viva hits back Destroyer as well, cracking open that B site. And again, this mid-B split is working so wonderfully for Invictus, at least at the start of the game. From here, Bottle in a solid position at lower dark, waiting for these rotations. But D13 packing their bags early. We're going to go on a trip over towards long to save.
Dust2 in a nutshell sometimes. B-bomb site gets taken by the Ts. CT's just chilling in long. Seen this a lot before. What are you up to, Mac?
Oh, I just noticed. No, it's okay. I don't want to intrude.
Max making fun of my thongs when he's wearing that.
Huh?
You wear a thong to cast, Pilsy? That's weird.
Really weird. Why did I share that?
Do
you guys want to see?
Well, I think it's probably against TOS, so I'd say no right now.
Not on camera.
But you know what my heart says.
Maybe out back, mate. After the cast.
That's all right. I can run you through all the OH&S regulations later, Pilsky. It's okay.
Great. It's actually WHS, but all right.
Yep.
It's not OH&S yet anymore. That was a while ago,
world
mate.
changes sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm just living in the 90s. Sorry.
Looks like Invictus wants to go for long control delayed. Smoke goes down on Heart. Waiting for the flashes, because they are still grouped up towards top and mid, but does seem like they're just going to allow that player to sit on the extremity. And now the smoke up onto Xbox as they look to take catwalk control.
Good timing on that smoke it up a dark for D13. Won't allow a Destroyer to make too much noise. However, he's just going to be trying to sell the fake as it is a slower, more silent approach here at short from Invictus. But I wouldn't be wanting to run straight into the scope of Annihilation. He's been looking sharp now and then tonight. Let's see if it's going to be one of those situations.
No frags just yet on Dust2, and he's going to be a key factor for D13 if he is able to activate on this CT side. There might be a way for D13 to win the map. If not, dare say Invictus will roll on through it. And Annihilation is more than prepared to just give up the A site. So D13 opting for a retake approach with only 2 smokes, a flash, and a couple of HE nades. I'm really not sure how well this is going to work out for them. This frag, an important one, opens up that flank that D13 no longer has to worry about now. But it's the players on the bomb site that are going to be the problem, and Annihilation is only good for 1. Viva a double before the grenade lands on his head, but it's still even numbers for Invictus, and D13 are running out of time. Hastica pushes forward, has a defuse kit, but does he have time to get the defuse? Now the answer is no. Annihilation traded well, but it won't matter. Invictus will win the round again, and they're up 5-0. Money, not a problem for them, so losing all 5 players is totally fine.
It's the same story again. 5-0. We've seen this on every map this evening. And D13 just slow starters. That or Invictus, quick out of the gates.
Another buy-in from D13, though, because they have the loss bonus built up. But it's all good to have guns, but they need rounds. So let's see if they can start to turn their fortunes around. Does seem like a quicker one towards B this time.
Ooh. Little cheeky bang coming out early. Destroyer down to 19 Harry Potters.
Azteca's got no util.
Yeah. But he
wait.
has some confidence. Looking to play very close over towards bedroom.
Amir, who's the one on the B site. He's still got that smoke. So they still did have util towards B. They're going to start to use some of those smokes in upper dark. Resmoke on to long hut from Annihilation. And he does have 1 counter flash to help out Azteca once this long take does come in.
Let's see how Azteca decides to play from the position, nice and close to the doors, waiting for something to come through. Might have actually heard some footsteps going in this direction.
Ooh.
But even so, D13 starting to stack that B site. Azteca going to be cleared initially and almost gets the double. But now it looks like Annihilation could be in trouble as Invictus just pour out of long. 40 seconds to cross the site, but D13, look at this rotation all the way, collapsing over towards A, and Invictus could have just left it too late to make the hit work.
Well, Peace makes a lot of noise. Destroyer goes to investigate, but will lose the duel anyway, and World Peace nearly doubles down, but the job is not yet done for Invictus as they have to pick the pace up, headed in toward the A bomb site this time. Shinobi answers well. Annihilation missing a shot does open the door somewhat for Invictus, but it won't be taken advantage of as Annihilation eventually gets the final kill of the round, and D13 do at last get 1 more on the board. Well, 1 on the board. It's not 1 more.
It was 1 more than 0.
True.
Look, I'll give it to you.
Yeah. A few more going to be required, though, for D13 before we start to feel comfortable about this CT side.
Is still enough for another buy as well for Invictus. That was an expensive one for D13. They still do have a fair bit of loss bonus built up. And again, the AWP is getting some decent tags off. Annihilation playing with confidence. Why wouldn't you? And sharp. Needs to be careful not to get caught off by a flash play, though.
Oh. I've actually seen the legs of Destroyer crossing. I think he has. He's going for the bot shot.
No util here for D13 at 1 minute 20. It's not where you want to be.
No. Annihilation does have the AWP, though. He'll be a key factor. You'd probably rather swap him with Shinobi, but if he's going to hit shots like that, maybe it doesn't matter. Still, only the 1. And again, Shinobi with a FAMAS from here. I'm not sure that screams confidence in D13. Numbers disadvantage as well for them, so the 1 win that they do have seems like it's going to be a once-in-a-blue-moon kind of a situation. Few and far between rounds have been for D13, but I might have spoken too soon. A double kill before Bottle trades it back and turns it into the 2-on-2. Flying's going to need some help here, though, because he's not on an ideal angle. Flash goes through, Flying takes the peek, it's on to Bottle, he can't win it. That's great work from Azteca, and a great stick from Shinobi, who executes a full 10-second defuse for D13.
That could have been dangerous because there was a Molotov going well, at least hurled in that direction. Unfortunately, it was thrown a little too high, and it didn't quite go or land where intended.
It was a bit too late though, right, as well?
Yeah.
One hell of a game from Azteca so far.
Yeah, so far I haven't been impressed by what I've seen from him over the competition. But today, he's doing all right. This map in particular starting to really have some huge impact for D13.
Already a T into pit. How's he gotten there? Xiao Saga, he causes enough of a distraction to allow Bottle through the smoke to get the trade for him. And with the guns that Invictus have got right now, considering they're on the T side, that's step one of the mission completed. Mission either being to win the round or to keep D13's money as low as possible.
Dude, World Peace is just playing no respect this game. He keeps pushing everything so quickly. He's straight behind the T's. Well, does get one of them and gather some info. But after going down in the mid to B smoke, coming out here, could be a little bit in trouble here for the T's. For the CTs rather. It's just Tamir to hold on to the B side. He's going to chuck a smoke down on door and try to dig his heels in. By time for the rotates. I like this. He's going to go out clear mid. Gets out just in time. So it is going to be a retake scenario, and even picks one on the cross.
It's a good start for D13. It's an advantage for the retake. There's a flash for Tamir, but he's going to go straight on in without even using it. Does let it go back to a 2-on-2. Might have been wiser to enable his teammates with that flash. Now they'll have to do it alone. In fact, Shinobi just gets wrecked. And you're right, Pilsky. It's Bottle. Get the skit thing out again, Mac. You got to do it again.
Oh, he threw it away.
Oh yeah,
you
threw
know,
it.
this one.
It's too far away.
Well, he's just done it. It's a fully pumped up Bottle to meet. 6-2 Invictus. Just reset D13. Didn't get time to build that money up. Dangers of the CT side.
Bottle just continuing the good work. Retake flash in from the CTs, who are trying to get some damage done, but for the most part, kind of getting dealt with quite handedly. Only losing one gun there for the T's. Pretty good anti-eco, if you ask anybody. Now a opportunity for the CTs to throw something different into the double AWP for World Peace and Annihilation. But this is very quickly starting to slip out of the control of D13. This is the round where they really need to actually start to put some on the board a little bit more consistently, because if they get their economy reset here, they go into the half buy. That's where Invictus is going to get very close to that double digits, and the game gets quite hard to win contests on long. So far, so good. World Peace finds that first pick, and they've still got pick control.
Well, Shinobi, 1-for-1 is totally acceptable with the numbers advantage that D13 have got. Azteca has to stop that smoke.
Oh, what?
And Destroyer flying through the air is going to make short work of him. Actually kind of gives Invictus a chance in this round, but probably no longer. Very nice angle being held by Annihilation.
Whoa, okay.
You can't hit those.
He did. He just did it.
He certainly did. You're
Stop
right.
him, Matt. Call someone.
No one can stop him, Pilsky.
Oh well. D13 pegs one more back. It's not too little too late just yet. Half is still salvageable.
Some clean counter strafe, my friends, on that last shot. Love to see it.
From here, Invictus, if they let D13 win too many more, then they could be on to keep it even, nice and tight like we saw over on Nuke earlier. So let's see how D13 defend. And if Invictus go for a change-up, or if they just continue to try and do what was working.
well, they've changed things up, I think, already by having a bit of a slower round here. Been putting a lot of presence towards long. This time, none. So it's something different from Invictus, but it could well be that mid to B split that they have made work a little bit earlier on in the half. Annihilation still persisting on the A-bomb site, and he might have some defending to do, depending on what Invictus decide to go for here.
Oh no. Molly's been wasted.
Not a great molly.
That was the last one as well with 30 seconds on the clock. It's really not ideal. I don't think Invictus were keen to go anyway, but could have got a lot more bang for your buck out of the molly. Either way, Invictus some mollies and flashes to limit Annihilation's visibility.
Let's see if he can maybe find this man flying, dropping into CT. He's out in the open. Oh, and they know he's here, but he's sharp as nails. And he's going to continue to fight. Tries to go forward, but won't be able to land the no-scopes. As Invictus have a fighting chance. They know that Flying's stuck in CT, though. And it's two players from B rotating in. Flying finds one head. But can he get world peace as well? Viva is in a bit of a pickle.
Oh.
And he's going to go down as well as Flying. D13 had too many players for Invictus to deal with. And it is going to be a successful retake. 3 alive, both AWPs surviving. And that's going to be 4 on the board for D13.
I thought this was a pretty cute piece of util. You got Shinobi here. He's going to strafe out and throw a molly that actually bounces off of the wall and out into the open. And then you get the smoke over the top that lands behind it. And the molly will stay while the smoke goes deep into the doors. So if you run through the molly, you're going to get burnt alive.
Oh, yeah. No good.
Always good to see cute little pieces of util like that. I've seen so many different variations of that long doors take from the CT side, and don't mind that one. Now the half buy for Invictus.
It's going to be a fast round from them as well. World Peace, secondary AWP this time. Doesn't quite land the flick on the jumping player, but it shouldn't make too much of a difference. Numbers are pretty solid for D13, and Tamir gets Viva, who drops the bomb in mid. So Destroyer just looking for damage at the moment. Won't really get too much done. That's nice for D13. They're salvaging the half. They've got it back to 5. Money's starting to look good. A couple of rounds left. They should buy the half out. And, well, maybe not if it goes all the way to 8 and they lose here. But, you know, they're definitely making Invictus work for this. That's kind of what I want to get at. Rather than rolling over and dying. It's kind of what we wanted out of Dust2. Like, if you're going to take me to a map 3, at least make it a good map.
Well, great protocols coming out from Hastika before as well. Just jumping through the smoke to help out World Peace, make sure his life was not gone for naught. And again, Hastika is going to able to get this trade. Shinobi trying to fight into that smoke.
Wow.
And again, that utility you were talking about, Pilski, in the Skybox segment is going to be thrown again, and it's netted yet another kill. And another bit of long control for D13. As Tamir, though, on 13, is taking an aggressive fight in the open. And now Xiao has taken him down. Smoke for mid B and a chance in the round.
Shinobi coming through from mid. Doesn't quite get there in time, I would have thought. Might just catch them as they run back through the doors, but can't this time. So Hastika and Annihilation both watching the doors. Invictus will be quite aware of that. Just jumping across. So 3-on-2 for the retake. 2 smokes, a molly, a HE, a couple of flashes. D13 have everything they need to make this retake happen, but they've got to use that util. Good flash in, forces Viva to duck back on down. Shinobi will peek though, and drops. Molly didn't go where they wanted it to, I don't think. That is rough, but
Wow.
they're going to hit the shots on the way in.
For the third map in this series, Hastika is playing so switched on, and his aim is on point right now.
He just warmed up.
Seriously, like, it's so easy, especially when you get 3 maps of CS deep, to kind of just take that retake for granted and not focus on the task at hand. You know, you'd see so many people just panic, tap the guy back flat, and then you'd see Zaosage peek out from under window and clean up. But instead, he pushes deeper into the site, he creates more space for the trade to come through and for him to be able to get to a stronger position on Heaton.
Well, you know, some players just excel at certain maps, and maybe Dust2 is Hastika's map. He's certainly making it look that way as we head into round 14. He's already got 18 kills. So, big work done for D13, but he needs to keep it going if they want a chance at taking the map.
I mean, it's a hell of a performance. And let's be real, T side to go into closing out this game, that's where you want to be. You don't want to be on the CT side on the comeback train and get your economy reset. That's the nightmare scenario. So D13, I mean, they're up against a half buy. Make the most of this. Let's get every round we can, an 8-7 lead if possible. You don't want to be falling to pistols in a round like this, and it's very clear that Invictus Gaming have a plan here. 5 men grouped up on Catwalk, a hell of a lot of util. Hasteka, key player, in towards Goose.
Well, this is really the chance for D13 to put the boot into Invictus. If they relieve the pressure, Invictus might well run away with the map. But here is a chance for D13 to bring Invictus to the knees. And they might just be doing that. Annihilation, a double. Hasteka again shows up with a nice couple of sprays. And that is D13 equalizing at 7 apiece. A very big round. You can see a few cheers for them.
Yeah.
And
Dust2, I mean, it's not looking too bad for him.
one more to go.
I have my concerns.
I did as well.
This is a big performance from 2 players, though. They're going to need a consistency across the board on that T side to get across the line. I think 4th or 5th time they've done this boost and haven't gotten anything out of it. There's the molly, actually, on top of the doors.
I've seen that a little bit.
Yeah, seen that for big
Yep.
a while ago.
Back in ESL Pro League Season 12. I think that's where we're at now.
2020 Malta online
That's
season.
right.
I remember it blew your mind. And then I think we found out it was just a misthrow.
Yeah, it was an accident. Happy little accidents.
Little accident.
Beat the devil out of it. That's what D13 is doing right now.
I actually went and learned a consistent lineup just to make sure it wasn't an accident. And apparently it was, but look, you can get it consistently.
Beautiful. Well, consistently, D13 have been plugging away. Now to flash up Cat. A minute on the clock. Very late catwalk control here for Invictus. 2 for good measure. They're not taking any chances or cutting any corners on this T side here. Progression smoke out of upper dark. A destroyer trying to keep the rotations in place, and he's done just that. 2 players on this B side. Invictus now have options open to them. That's not a bad nade, though.
Yeah, Shinobi still keeping an eye on mid as well, but it's going to be, I think, the same kind of a round that we saw before from Invictus Gaming. Get that smoke up onto short, then elect what they want to do. This time, an A take might be the name of the game.
That's a much better molly from Annihilation this time around. They've got to run straight through it.
If he would have just shot there instead of turning his attention away. Still, gets one before he goes down. That is great news for D13. What a resurgence at the end of the half from them, but maybe, or maybe not. Bottle not quite able to get it over the line. D13, they're leading at the end of the half, and they might still be the team to knock Invictus out of IEM Beijing. D13 looking pretty damn good in Dust2. They get the 8-7 half. It was a really rough start to the map for them, but they've clawed their way back to a one-round advantage, and they're looking ready to go. Fist bumps all round, saying, let's go, boys. They got the coaches in the room as well. No dogs, no distractions, and we'll see if D13 can do it. What an upset it would be. It's actually been quite a while since we saw a non-standard result in one of these top 4 competitions. I can't even really think of the last time that we didn't see Tyloo 1, Vici 2, Invictus 3, random 4th place team in 4th. You know, be it global, be it beyond, in this instance, be it D13.
And look, the thing with this whole situation at the moment is they're winning by 1, but also Tamir, who's expected to be one of the better fraggers on the team, is really having a bit of a sleeper on Dust2 so far. Maybe that'll change as we get into the second half.
Yeah, he has a bit of a high variance play style, you know. He's always pushing around doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Either way, Mac, you know, I know you wanted to see it. You asked me. You're begging me in the break.
I really
okay?
wanted to see it.
I remember, I think it was maybe Searson or Tizian that threw this flash last time. I think it was Searson, and he got blinded, and then he threw this flash, and it was absolute banger. Oh, sorry, Molly, rather. So he gets flashed. That must be the key. And then it's just a run, throw, jump. Okay, so you have to get flashed for it to land up here, all right? Everyone taking notes? Beautiful, okay? Step 1, get flashed. Step 2, send it.
Yeah, send it with your instincts, and you're probably going to land it on the door.
Beautiful. Well, D13, bit of a slower one. Jordan, you didn't like that, did you?
Guys, is it going to happen?
What?
Is the upset going to happen? That's all I'm thinking about. Because you know, the Sai is like, I want this to happen, but I really just don't feel it's going to happen.
I'm getting excited.
I'm getting a little bit excited. I am.
Oh no, Jordan's getting into Vici mode.
No.
But I don't want to curse it. You know?
No, don't curse it. Just watch them come up catwalk. They've got the 2 smokes. They've got a handful of flashes. It's just our Saga here to defend. How many headshots can he get? How many?
Well, it's generally a bit of a sharpie with that USP. Smoke goes down into CT, and they're going to drop. There's 1 headshot, Pilski. How many more do you want? Because there's a couple more opportunities, but they're taken away by World Peace. No chance there. Still, Invictus have the numbers advantage. Plant goes down quickly for D13, though, and if they hit some shots, they might be able to defend the site. But so far, the only shots are being hit by Invictus, who bounce right back into the second half. Pistol round for him. The D13's going to have to go back to plan B.
A whole lot of spamming going on there with the pistols, which did not lead to many headshots for the T-side players at all. Speaking of, it was just taps aplenty coming out for Invictus. A couple of nasty, quick kills. Headshots aplenty. And Invictus tie it back up. And we'll have a much better buy going into round 17. Looks like D13 aren't going to invest. Just upgrade some pistols and look to get it into the next. They did get that bomb plant down, so I thought we might have maybe seen some Galils in armor to cause an upset here in the anti-eco.
Yeah,
but instead, they're just going to send it up short.
Lots of people love to do that, but not in this case. Yeah, sending it straight up short, and Tamir's just baiting with the smoke flash and the bomb. I think he just wants to smoke doors, but if he had just gone with the rest of the lads, he would have got the bomb down for sure. Flying is not dealing with any BS. He's still got tunnels covered, and a couple of flashes over the top in response after they did see the bomb there.
Alright, so they do go for the trick play, and it may just not work out, but for now, they're just looking to do some extra damage. Oh no, the bomb's running straight into the trap, and Destroyer has almost single-handedly won the round by standing there in the corner.
Well, now it's on to World Peace and Annihilation to sort of get something out of this round. It's unlikely to be a win, but a bit of damage would be nice. Take 1 or 2 of those M4s out of the next round, force the reinvestment from Invictus. Annihilation did hit a nice 1 dig earlier on. This is pretty rough for him, having been spotted out now as well. It's the perfect start to the second half for Invictus, so any hopes of a D13 victory here are going to have to be hard fought from that T side, though. They do get the buy. They didn't invest last round, so that's good. Straight into the gun rounds and see what they can do here.
Have to be a good run from him. Invictus, pretty decent economy after the pistol and a clean anti-eco in the last. Won't be able to get their hands on a double AWP anytime soon, though. Just going to have to rely on the 5 rifle by 4 men towards long from Invictus. Lots of utility invested, and they will take that long control. Now starting to scramble back. D13 just going straight up catwalk.
They really like this presence up cat because it's a situation where it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay, this time they've got guns though, and World Peace is cracking open the can of worms. Molotov slows them down behind the smoke for now and buys some time for Invictus to rotate through. Flash for Bottle, but he doesn't go too wide. There's going to be utility going everywhere, but Bottle goes over the top. Default 2 big kills, as well as another onto Tamir. Shinobi tries to fight for some control, has a flash to fight from Gandalf now. But still, he just has to maybe find a head, but it's Zhao coming in at the right moment. Jumping, tags him, Destroyer to finish. But a good round from Invictus. Solid hold from A-Ramp.
Yeah, he had the numbers advantage there for D13, but they just couldn't make good use of it. Couldn't get across to the bomb site. That's where some of these sharp riflers on Invictus just started the shooting gallery. Fantastic counter flashes coming in there to allow Sage and Bottle to shut this one down. Destroyer coming into the tail end of that. D13, they take attack timeout. Pressure's really mounting for them now, as this is not the start to the round that you would have wanted if you are the boys over on Invictus.
Ooh, that's a rough stat. This man's a registered text offender. Get him out of here. Throwing shade like that.
So many counter flashes in that round from Invictus, actually, as they came in on the rotate. Molotovs and 4 flashes coming in from that CT spawn position. That's why D13 were taking such a long time to get from that Gandalf and short position onto the site, even after getting the first pick. They're just getting flashed. Speaking of flashes, straight out long into some spray from Destroyer and Xiao Sage. They're full white, but they're still dishing out the hurt.
Oh, and there's some more. Annihilation so good on the Deagle, but unfortunately caught reloading it. Zhao will trade easily as Destroyer holds down the fort at long. And, oh, nice shot to get rid of Hastica. And Invictus secure an 11th.
The momentum's really picking up now. You can see him. They're feeling it. They're starting to multi-frag a little bit more. They're taking those confidence peaks.
It's not something that can't swing pretty quickly back to D13, though, at least still this early in the half.
Here's my issue, though. D13, they're looking very timid, you know, when they move around the map. Whereas Invictus, they're looking comfortable. They've got great economy right now.
They've got momentum, and they have confidence, because they are certainly hitting their shots.
They got money. Flash over lower dark from D13, who are running a bit of a default, starting to slow things down. Pressure on the extremities from Invictus as they invest a lot of utility towards B tunnel and long. Stecker on the wing here, just trying to molly the left side of doors and spam away as D13 takes catwalk. So they've held the extremities for a bit. They've taken cat. This is exactly what you want as an IGL on Dust2. This is where you just go, okay, we got our catwalk control. Here's where we do the call, you know, whatever it is. You can have so many plans from this position. This is the thing you want on the T side. What's the round-winning play for D13?
Well, it's a nice smoke into mid there, which is going to give him pause for thought of going back into mid and toward B. D13 just going to offer a few smokes at the A bomb side and start to work their way in. Flash is getting thrown as well, but so far, no frags, and that's what D13 needs. Timing on the push from Hastica is important as well, but it's up onto the A bomb site that D13 go. They've only lost 1 player. Only 1 frag in this round so far. But Xiao Sage starts off well, and then Viva and Destroyer follow suit for Invictus Gaming. It is only 2 players to find. Annihilation's going to need to do something nutty here, but he won't be given the opportunity. So, rests on the shoulders of Shinobi to at least do damage, and he only gets 1 frag. Invictus Gaming, again, another round on the CT side that they just lock down.
And the counter flash is just so effective for Invictus. Just look, you got Xiao Sage. As soon as this execute starts, the man is just going to throw a counter flash in the face of D13. Meanwhile, all of D13's flashes, they're not really affecting anyone. There was the first one. They're throwing some more over the top here, you'll see. And they're all getting turned from Xiao Sage. They're not really creating any space. And again, it's this CT flash that keeps digging Invictus out of bad situations. They're coming out of CT. I think Bottle earlier on is throwing a flash over the top, which creates more space. That's what's really doing a lot of the work for Invictus. It's counter flashes time and time again. Set up good situations. Now long control for D13, but it's been given up by Invictus.
It is all about that space created, making sure you don't get jebaited, as we see Tamir just nade that over towards Car. Annihilation will suffer the smoke bank.
What's
It's a
Castica
1-point
doing
trade.
right now? He's just chilling. He doesn't have an Xbox smoke, but he's sitting in that corner. Has he timed out?
No,
Oh,
I think he's
holding
just
the flank. Okay.
just full waiting for the flank to come through.
It's a very back position, you know? Like, I feel like... Can you
It's-
see mid from there?
I think it's a bit of a counter strat. It looked like Invictus were hunting for that mid control,
Right.
which was the reaction to losing long.
Oh, there's no push coming from Invictus, so
Mm.
either way, he's not getting anything out of it. D13 are running pretty dry on util. Couple of smokes that'll get them into the A bomb site. Flashbangs will help. But if they don't dispatch of Viva, they are going to have a rude awakening here. Haven't seen much of Viva with the AWP. Actually in IEM Beijing. It's been tossed over to Destroyer, to Xiao Saga. Here's his opportunity. World Peace gets a good trade through the flash. Maybe even a little bit lucky. Viva drops without results. And it's a 2-on-2. Bomb is on the site, but not safely yet. Xiao, very low on HP. The remaining two players that he has to find. Tamir just backs off. He trades out the Orgs. Loses a bit of HP himself. This is dangerous from Tamir. Jumping like that. It gets info, yes, but all it takes is one or two stray bullets and then he's dead. Putting it into the one-on-one. Hastika spots Xiao, pushing up. And D13 really just trying to play the timer as much as possible. Well done in the end to get their first round on the T side. It's taken a while. But is it the opening of the waterfall that they need? Turn that snowball into something a little bit bigger. To be an avalanche.
When does it turn into a gas? Gone solid, and you said water, liquid.
Gas giant.
Like a star.
Had a few of them from Mac over the last couple of days.
Oh, no, World Peace. It's been segmented off from the boys. Got to get it out there and help him. A couple of counter flashes coming in.
There's 7 players at long, or was 8 players at long, all fighting for the control. Hastika will open things up as Destroyer is now going to be stuck in pit. Utility
Nice.
starting to come through to aid him, but it's a couple of nice ones as Viva tries to hit back 2 fast ones on the AWP. Now through the wall, Viva goes down to 57, and he has to fight from Car. So his life is extremely valuable for Invictus. Now if he goes down, then it could be all she wrote in the round. But Shinobi has gone up short, still looking to commit to the A split, but Flying starts to flank him,
That's
and
nice.
it's all about the timing. Flying last alive, they know his position. And D13, they're going to try to time this together up long, look to trade. Only one smoke to cross now, but Flying has gone the whole way to site. They know he's close, and Hastika, again, the savior, to get
This
another
bloke.
on the board for D13.
This guy doesn't want to lose, Jordan.
Man, every single one of these rounds feels so tense. I get a bit of anxiety when I see a fight like that on long, where there's so many players and there's so much util being thrown, and just no frags for like 10 or 15 seconds. I'm just, what is going on here? D13, they do, I feel like, scrounge their way through that round. You know, it wasn't confident enough for me to feel like they're really just going to blitz away with the next couple and equalize here. But they are starting to show some promise on the T side. You're talking about how they looked a little bit timid earlier on, Pilsky, and I don't get that same sense from them anymore. Those last couple of rounds have looked really good. They're taking the challenges, they're taking these tough fights, and they're winning a lot of them as well. So good work to get up to 10 to 12, but still plenty more to do here for D13 in potentially knocking Invictus out. Otherwise, it'll be D13 out of the tournament. This is the whole bracket after all.
Yeah, that last round, actually, Invictus, they went for that long take with 4 players. They actually only had 4 flashes between those 4 players. And D13, they had a hell of a lot more flashes. So the counter flashes just really weren't there for Invictus to try to hold on to that long control. It was just the riflers fighting. Now D13 going to storm up onto this A site.
Ooh, close range. Zhao almost manages to win that engagement just with the USP. But he inevitably loses that site, and now Bomb going to be planted for Plat as well. Hastica holds that flank with Bottle just spamming around the corner.
Yeah, this has to be one of those rounds that's just completely locked down by D13. And I got to say, I was, again, a little bit worried when Xiao had such an opportunity with that USP. But now that D13 seem to have swept it aside pretty comfortably, again, good news, because we've seen how much of a difference those kinds of rounds can make. Order versus Avant. Earlier on Nuke, some of these sort of weirder rounds being won as well between these two teams. So I think at the moment every single round matters. You look at Ecos as being, whatever, we'll win that, but not so much the case in a high-stakes game like this.
Yeah, potentially. Invictus, man, that's not the util belt you want to see. No kits either. So without the mollies, it's going to be quite hard for them to secure certain map control, and you're going to see D13, they don't even have a good spawn. But they're just going to go straight out long here. Flashes over the top. You can't contest if you're Invictus. You don't have the utility for it. They've barely got any bloody flashes. So they're just going to concede long. D13, they've taken that. A very good read. They've got Hashteka once again sitting all the way back in spawn, holding those flanks down, and they've got the utility to take the site. Double up on short here for Invictus. D13, they can just A-execute if they want from this position.
Looks like they might be about to do that. Annihilation has been set up in pit. He'll be watching onto the site. And the rest of the fellas can just crawl forward. Bit of presence being put into mid from Invictus. They pushed up short. There it's Xiao who's peeking into the lower tunnels. No push out on the B bomb site just yet though. So Invictus, I think, have a pretty good read that this is going to be the A take. Mid to B smoke actually goes in from D13 though. It's not fooling them at all. Spams through the smoke. Viva, a shot over it onto Tamir, and that's gone all wrong for D13. Invictus had the early rotate. They had the extra player on the A bomb site, and D13 just haven't found a frag yet. Shinobi chiming in with one, and Annihilation another. It's probably not salvageable for them though, based on the HP that they had there. So Annihilation will think better of it. Just backs off into pit to save the AWP.
It was kind of interesting, D13, right? They slowed that round down so much. You can see, all right, it's 1:35 up on the clock up here, right? They've got long control. They sit at long. They've got Hashteka all the way back in spawn. They sit at long for how long in this formation? It's 1 minute. Now we're getting down to 55 seconds. They've still not gone. So they only execute at like 48. And in the meanwhile, you can see they still haven't put any pressure on the whole rest of the map. So Invictus is just 4-stacked on the A bomb site. You know, you're not pressuring Catwalk. You're not going back to mid to B. You're not even throwing that lurk smoke that people do like to throw out of tunnels just to keep those rotations honest. And Invictus, so they've got no tell to keep their rotations honest, so they just stack the A site. And despite the fact they have a distinct utility disadvantage, rather, they're still able to come away with that round.
Well, new round and another chance for D13 to try to equalize. Hashteka one through the smoke, but it's going to be hit straight back. Bottle almost caught reloading as D13 starts to flood the site. And it seems like this is the first time they've gone towards B, and they're having a good amount of success with the take. Zhao might be able to find another, but can't connect onto Annihilation enough.
Yeah, just really awkward reload timing there for Bottle as the rest of D13 floods out of the smoke, and kind of has to give so much ground that he's put into an awkward position, doesn't know where to look, and D13 run him over. The good news for Invictus is that they're able to keep 3 guns alive, so they'll have a solid buy next round. But D13 of the last 4 rounds have won 3, so you do the math, guys. They're going to catch up eventually.
I did the math. They will, if they continue to get these rounds, catch up eventually. Yeah.
So Invictus need to turn something around. They had a good start to the half. Could have run away with it. The D13 showing some real tenacity. Sticking in this series. and taking it to Invictus to a level that I didn't really think that they would. 90% confidence I had in Invictus to win this match. And D13 showing us why they should not be underestimated. We made that mistake in Road to Rio.
Have a much better economy than Invictus do, that's for sure. Saving around these 3 guns is Invictus, as D13 looking to even up the scoreline. This is not a round you could take for granted.
Oh, Viva. Missed opportunity. And he goes back, jumping like a madman across the line. Annihilation cops more than he gives. As now, again, D13, they're going to change it up back to B again. But Bottle with the C's, he tries to upgrade. Can't get the AK out in time. And it's looking rough. They're trying to make their way into sight. Big damage on a flying and enough control for now. But an early rotation from Invictus could just change the tide.
Yeah, numbers advantage right now for Invictus. They'll give D13 enough space at least to plant the bomb. Astika's low on HP. Big rotate coming in through from Viva. Gets himself set up in upper tunnels. Yeah, this is not looking too crash hot for D13. A little bit of counter util for them. Flashes here and there. A HE nade for Tamir. Astika goes down. So does Shinobi and Tamir. And Invictus just, yeah, they sweep away with the sight. You could tell D13 were a bit uncomfortable. Couldn't get into great post plants.
Seeing a lot of panic shooting coming out for D13. It's a very intense game for them. A lot of long sprays, not resetting the aim and the recoil too much. Invictus, that is a big round for them to win. Only with a couple of pistols. They all had about 2k in the bank. They've picked up a few AKs to boot, so massive boon to the economy. You can see that reflected in Beaver Destroyer and Zhao Sage's money. That's definitely going to be helping them out later. And as for D13, that's the bottom of the bank account for them.
Oh, there's 4 players that long for Invictus, and D13 are mollied away. So there won't be a battle for long this time.
Right.
Oh, you say that.
Yeah, well, not as great of a battle as I thought. It's just Tamir chipping away and cops some chip damage himself.
He's gone back for more. Deagle in hand. He reckons he can make it happen. Very risky, 28 HP. D13 are going to have to throw something different in this time. They don't have long control.
No long control, and they've invested a lot of utility in trying to get it. Now they've only got 2 smokes and 3 flashes to get through the rest of this round. That's enough for a bare bones execute. Actually, one of the flashes invested in taking Catwalk here, so...
It's only 1 player on B, though. So if they can somehow get that mid to B set up, maybe that's the inroad. Tamir has a peek on short, doesn't see much.
I think that's what it's got to be, surely. I think this is the correct call. Now Sage trying to get cheeky. He's going to jump up on top of the box and one way over it. Someone's got to get that covered. Oh, no!
Oh, he sees them just enough, and they're aware of his position, but even so, he survives for now as Flying defends the B site solo. There's no one there to trade just yet. Tamir expecting that aggression. Zhao punished as Flying continues to dance around here at Heaton, and again has an opportunity wide swinging on the shot from Annihilation, and then Invictus send us over to match point. Finally, it's been a long night, a long series, and Invictus want to end it now. D13, money's in the bin. Pilly, how many rounds do D13 need before?
I already believed. They already had the number of rounds. They already had the economy before.
Yep.
But they lost a couple of critical rounds, Mac. And I think it's done. I think it's done here.
I believed as well, and no longer.
They had
2 rounds ago.
They're going to try and send it out long, but they're already getting ripped apart by Destroyer. That's been denied. This is the worst possible situation. You got 3 grenades, you got terrible weapons, you got shut out of long.
Yeah, Invictus have just adapted to that, haven't they? Taking that contest on long and now winning it. It was all D13 for a little while, but in the last couple of rounds, Invictus have not missed a beat on that area of the map. Astika, he's over on the upper tunnel side of the map, and I try to get something cheeky happening over on B, but I mean, really, this is just not doable for D13. 1 mol, 1 flashbang, and Invictus have everything to play with. 2 incendiaries, they can weight the sights down. They've got HE nade. Well, D13's going to have to try and do something. Here we go. Flash in. Xiao with the AUG is really tagging them up. Finally gets a frag on the board as well. Viva helps out, and that is it. Invictus